Our first semifinal game features Aurora West against Rockford Boylan. We'll get the action going in just a little bit, but right now let's enjoy today's singing of the national anthem. It will be performed by Christy Anderson from Waubonsie Valley High School in Aurora.
A student at Aurora, Waubonsie Valley High School, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Christy Anderson of Waubonsie Valley High School singing what has to be one of the most difficult songs in the world to sing, and a fine job here today prior to today's semifinal session. Now it's time to get the starting lineups for today's game between West Aurora and Rockford Boylan. Here's our public address announcer, Paul Herzog.
Good morning, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association and the City of Peoria, welcome to America's original March Madness. Today's Class AA final game in Carver Arena features the West Aurora Blackhawks with a record of 28-3, and the Rockford Boylan Titans a record of 31-2. Let's meet the starting lineups. At a forward for West Aurora, a 6'4" junior, number 41, Andre Newson. At a forward for Rockford Boylan, a 6'4" senior, 32, Kurt Vavra. The other forward for the Blackhawks, a 6'5" senior, 45, Greg Miller. And the other forward for the Titans, a 6'2" senior, 00, Craig Hobson. The West Aurora center is a 6'4" senior, 53, Vincent Green. And the Rockford Boylan center is 6'7" junior, number 40, Damir Krupalia. And a guard for West Aurora, 5'11" junior, 23, Travis Williams. And a guard for Rockford Boylan, a 6'2" sophomore, number 12, Joe Tully. The other Blackhawk guard, a 5'11" junior, 33, Jason Pasley. And the other guard for the Titans, a 6'1" senior, 23, Nicholas Zachary. Head coach of West Aurora, Gordon Kirkman, in his 21st year, all in Aurora West.
Time now for a quick recap of the starting lineups brought to you by Country Companies Insurance. First of all, for the West Aurora Blackhawks, led by Gordon Kirkman. In his 21st year, retired as a teacher, but still coaching at West Aurora, and he's got his team within one win of getting to the state championship game. And for Rockford Boylan, Steve Gores, in his 11th trip to the state tournament, he has never taken a team to the title game. Maybe today is the day. Joining Norm and I here in Carver Arena, as always, is our good friend Yvonne Simmons. Yvonne?
Hey, Jim, both of these coaches have had tournament experiences. Steve Gore, though, moves to the head of the class among AA coaches with 11 Sweet 16 appearances. This is his 6th with Boylan, and he's brought more talented teams here, but they've never been able to finish higher than 4th. With no real star in his team today, he's hoping to do what no other team has done before. As for Gordon Kirkman of West Aurora, he's had 2 teams that have finished 3rd in 80 and 84. West Aurora hasn't been to the Elite 8 in 7 years, but he has the weight of Aurora on his shoulders. 30 appearances in the state finals. 5 times they finished 2nd, 5 times 3rd, 3 times 4th. But like you said, no championships. So we hope that something gets done today. Back to you, Jim.
Our officials, Stanley Donegan and Rich Grube. So I think what, Yvonne, you're trying to say is these two teams are trying to go where no team has gone before.
That's the point, Jim.
All we need is Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock in this one.
Well, Captain Norm can tell you one of the teams will get there eventually.
And I'll tell you what, this may be just as intense of a game as the next semifinal coming up. There's our man Zachary, takes the opening shot of the game, a quick 3. That wouldn't go because I'll guarantee you these teams feel like they're not being shown proper respect this weekend. So they want a shot at the title. They want a shot, kid.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Boylan started on the man-to-man defense right here, and they like to get it up, as you know. They will run, which makes it very interesting if indeed they get past this game, how they'll approach the
Nice
championship.
backdoor look, but the finish wasn't there. Norm, this kind of reminds me of that very end scene in the first Lethal Weapon movie, where before Mel Gibson beats up Gary Busey, he says, "What about it, kid? You want a shot at the title?" And then pounds him.
Yeah, but I tell you what, as I always say, this is going to be a good one right here. And it's twice in a row that play's developed.
And a foul is going to be called on Krupalia, and that is reminiscent of what happened yesterday in the quarterfinal game. Krupalia got in foul trouble early, only played 13 minutes yesterday against Niles Notre Dame.
And that's a foul, not really his fault, because he was doing his duty and guarding his man. Someone lost their man on a backdoor cut, and he came over and got the foul trying to help out. But that's twice in a row you run that play, and that's a no-no in the game. Trick me one time, and maybe I'll stumble into it the second time. And after that, we got to call the troops together and say, look, let's play a little better defense than this.
Andre Awesome Newsom goes to the foul line. He's a 50-50 proposition at the line.
And you made a comment of Zachary trying to get in the groove and what kind of games he has. 2 possessions, 2 shots, and I'm talking about bombs. But draws only iron.
Newsom yesterday just 2 of 9 from the field, but he's 2 of 2 from the foul line to open up this one. And West Aurora strikes first from the foul line. Boylan really played a disciplined game yesterday. Played a game uncharacteristic to their style, but it was impressive because it shows the ability these guys have, A, to listen to their coach, and B, to play different styles.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But just because a team runs doesn't mean that they're not disciplined with the ball, because you've got to have some character with it. A lot of times a team that runs a lot of turnovers, you've got to lay up on a give and go. Good ball movement, just like I mentioned there. See, that's disciplined basketball.
Krupalia tied it at 2.
Good man-to-man. That's what Boylan likes to play, like the pressure, like to get the ball out, get it up the court, make things happen. And that's exactly what they do. They do more of that than I've seen any team along the high school level. They are always attacking and going after that basketball along with Thornton.
Pasley just beyond the free throw line hits.
Nice pattern, nice play.
And Boylan runs it quickly the other way. Joe Tully, what a great catch.
That was hands.
And
that was
put it
great
up in the air and knocked it in.
And didn't step, didn't travel. Had control. Probably be a great wide receiver.
Wow, we've seen more of what you're used to out of Rockford Boylan in the opening 2 minutes of this game than we saw all day yesterday in the quarterfinal. Williams, he never lifted up his left foot. That's a good call.
No doubt. Or no call. You just let it go. Get a toenail on the floor.
Exactly. And Andre Newsom with the ball, trying to work off of the screen instead. Gave it down for Williams. Now corner of the lane, Burrell. He couldn't hit. Rebound pulled down by Joe Tully, who was red hot in the opening half yesterday. He had 12 points in the first half.
Maybe our player of the game, actually.
Yeah, you're right. Into the lane, Zachary puts it up, and he has more points now in the first 3 minutes of this game than he had in the entire first half yesterday. Had a couple of big threes, though, yesterday.
Yeah, very wise in that move right there. Took 2 bombs, didn't hit. Now he just drew, and he threw an elbow right there. Played a little football linebacker right there, which was not a wise foul.
Zachary's first personal foul.
Yeah, he played linebacker in that one. That wasn't a good foul to take. He's trying to demonstrate something to this particular defender he's playing against. But the bottom line is, you watch the officials also. The fact that Boylan like to press and get out, they'll let them bump and run a little more because that's their style.
Greg Miller checked into the game for West Aurora. Free throw line jumper. That one wouldn't go, and the rebound by Krupalia.
Usually it's out and going, and you're running and get a rebound like that with this team. But this is why I say they're disciplined. Even though they run, they're a disciplined basketball team.
Hobson put it into the corner. This is Zachary. Into the lane. Krupalia put it up. Count the bucket. He's fouled. He'll go to the line.
That inside-outside game, you got to use it. You take a couple bombs. They'll look at that. You penetrate. They look at that. All of a sudden, as you see right here, a nice little pass. Good hands. Didn't hesitate. Brought the ball down. Kept it up high, though, as far as he came down with it. Now you got an opportunity for a three-point play.
Foul is on Andre Newsom. And Krupalia completes the three-point play. He's off to a good start. He has 5 points in the game. And Rockford Boylan has jumped out to a 5-point lead. 4:47 remaining in the first quarter. Boylan leading by 5. Let's go to Yvonne Simmons.
Hey, you guys, you talked about these teams really wanting respect. A part of that is the crowd attendance today. Now, Boylan has their crowd here, and so does West Aurora. But you take a look around the stadium, and the other seats are empty. So, hey, you guys better do a good job, because they're either listening to you on TV or they're waiting for the next game.
Or they're waiting in line outside, waiting for the turnbacks, because the most popular question here in Peoria this morning is, you got any tickets?
Yeah.
Everybody's anticipating the Thornton Peoria Manual game coming up next. Tom Dorr and Dave Kaplan will be here for that one, and we hope you'll be here with us as well. West Aurora trailing by 5. Williams into the lane, switched hands, went up and wouldn't go. Joe Tully is just unbelievable inside Norm.
Great hands.
He's given up 3 or 4 inches to the big guys in there, but he always seems to be around the ball.
Yeah, and he has good hands. I mean, he controlled that by tapping, volleyball style.
Steve Gore is telling his team to get moving.
But they're not as active as they were yesterday. I can tell you that. They were moving to unbelievable.
Great pass inside from Zachary to Krupalia. Made a good catch, and he got fouled.
Yeah, and he got fouled. It was more of a macho type foul than anything else. Let me show you my strength here. He's getting posted. You watch this. A little wraparound. Now in the hands. Can't miss that. You know, so showing his little strength there, and then got himself a foul.
And we get another foul in the inbounds pass, but this one is going to go against Boylan. Foul is on Kurt Vavra. His first team foul number.
Boylan's in the press right now, as they usually are. They want to get the up tempo. They want to make you move the ball. But I tell you what, I thought they were a lot more active yesterday than they are right
now. 9-4, Boylan leading West Aurora. Andre Newsom wanted to go out to the top of the key, nothing there. Now moves it around. Greg Miller has it.
And what was there yesterday, every ball that was touched by anyone of the opponent was challenged. Good move inside. Nice little left hand.
Sweet little left-hander by Jason Pasley.
No doubt about it. He got a nice little finesse move. He got it low. Use that strength. That's where you show your macho. Use that strength in that area.
Krupalia, nice catch and a nice stick back as well.
Got to front this guy. Can't just get him the ball. He gets the ball, it's over. He's got 2 points or a free throw. You got to front him.
Back to a 5-point lead.
And at the same time, he fronted him. You need weak side help, because a couple times he did. A nice pass in to get 2 points.
Newsom went after Miller. Now it's on the baseline for Pasley. He couldn't get the finish. Batted up. Krupalia with the rebound. Here comes the break. Joe Tully puts it up. Great catch. What a play. Nicholas Zachary with 2.
And that whole break with Krupalia started the whole break by the good outlet and deflected. And it just continued on. This team is well drilled about breaks. I'll tell you what, they'll run a clinic along with the Thornton by running a fast break.
7-point lead.
See the difference yesterday, Jim. Every ball was challenged. Everyone was out playing defense. They didn't let them pick up like this. they went out and challenged you to get that break going and get into their game, that being Boylan on defense. Boylan and West Aurora just kind of lowered outside and set up a little bit.
Miller, 10-footer, that won't go. Right there to pull down the rebound was Kurt Vavra.
They relied on the fact that this team will not shoot well to get it up. Now, normally, they'd run this ball up. I mean, they would run it up. They wouldn't walk it up. Somewhat of a different approach.
Krupalia couldn't get the finish. Tully with a beautiful look inside.
And the game plan seems to slow it up and they get it into Krupalia. That's exactly what it seems like they're trying to do at this particular time.
Miller bounce pass on the baseline and an easy 2 for Andre Newsom. That's his first field goal of the game and makes it a 5-point game, 13-8 in favor of Rockford Boylan.
You got it down low, Jim, and went up very strong with those 2 points.
On the move, Zachary. That's on the money for a 3.
Get him started. Get him started, I tell you, because he can go in streaks.
We saw it yesterday. He scored consecutive 3-pointers, and it was really the turning point in the game against Niles Notre Dame. West Aurora wants a timeout. They're trailing 16-8. 1:46 remaining here in the first quarter. (16-8) in favor of Boylan. And Norm, on this break where we saw the pass by Tully, Zachary did a great job of getting in position because he was 2 or 3 steps behind Tully as Tully took it into the front court.
And no doubt. And the pass wasn't exactly on the money, so it took the athletic skills to time that, get the ball that was behind his head, and lay it up. That's one reason he didn't get the dunk as opposed to the board play. But nonetheless, a good fast break.
16-8, Boylan leading West Aurora. We've got 1:46 remaining here in the opening quarter. The broadcast rights to today's game have been granted to Sports Channel by Intersport and the Illinois High School Association. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this event without the written consent of Sports Channel, Intersport, and the IHSA is prohibited.
Saw all the Intersport people around yesterday.
Steve Gores looking on, hoping that his guys will get to the title game tonight. You just get the sense that both of these teams, they just want a shot. They want a shot at the 2 big boys in Illinois high school basketball in the last 3 years.
The big powerhouse. I mean, that's the name of that. And it just seemed that this year's bracket, the 2 powerhouses playing in the semifinals.
And we saw Thornton put on a clinic last night. They'll be coming up against Peoria Manual in the second semifinal as soon as we're done here. That's a 2-pointer on the way by Burrell, and he hits.
And a nice play, nice patience. They got the shot where they wanted it. And he canned the 2 points.
Now a 6-point lead. Zachary, another 3 on the way. That one's going to be just a little short, and the rebound pulled down by Greg Miller. Miller heads up the floor. Miller keeps, turns, and really didn't have any options, so he had to get rid of it. Newsom hits.
And I tell you what, Boylan's going to have to at least address that perimeter pressure because the perimeter shots are falling for this team, West Aurora, right now. And they're normally a pressing team to get it going, and they're allowing West Aurora to just take that shot. But now they're starting to hit that shot.
Steve Gores was upset with his team's half-court defense, went out to yell at his guys and ran right into the official.
Right, like I said, I don't know if it's out of design or they're just not going out pressuring because it's a contrast for what they did yesterday and their style to play all year long. They go out and press to get that break going.
Krupalia puts it on the floor, then gives it up. And Zachary will now pull it out. Here's Hobson. 24 seconds remaining in the quarter. Hobson will wait for everybody to balance up. Now it's time to start moving. Krupalia has the ball. He was double teamed and nearly threw it away. Newsom puts it in the corner. 13 seconds. Zachary should be the man. Here he goes. Trying to shake his way free. Corner of the lane. That jumper is off. And the rebound knocked into the hands of Krupalia. He can't hit.
Oh, and he
and
was
then
fouled.
Zachary tried to put it up at the buzzer, but he got fouled, so he'll go to the line for a 2-shot opportunity as he was fouled at the buzzer.
And that foul was two ball handling exchanges late. I thought Krupalia had to really bang when he went up with the shot. Here you go right here. I thought he was banged. Didn't get the call. So right here he gets the call, so justice is definitely in the favor of Boylan.
Zachary with a couple of free throws to finish off the first quarter, so he had no points in the opening half yesterday. And he ends up with 9 here in the first quarter today. 1 quarter of the first semifinal is in the books. Rockford Boylan leading West Aurora 18-12. Welcome back to Carver Arena in Peoria. Jim Blaney along with Norm Van Leer and Yvonne Simmons. The first semifinal game of the 1997 IHSA Class AA Boys Basketball Tournament. Rockford Boylan leading by 6. West Aurora has the ball to open the second half.
Still a man-to-man, but not that pressure.
They're out a little tighter, though, Norm, above the top of the arc.
Jim, that swarming attack defense they had yesterday is just not there. It's not present.
You see Roy Sackmaster, number 33 for Boylan, into the game for the first time. That jumper wouldn't go. Sackmaster came down with the rebound.
So yesterday, you didn't even get that close to get a shot. I mean, that's how far out they were pressuring, playing that defense.
And Dan DeMario also in the game for Rockford Boylan. Here's Sackmaster, dished it off, and turned out being a pretty good catch by Dan Newman.
Good man-to-man by West Aurora. They're playing a little defense. They're pushing the offense out a little bit.
Varva and Tully are the only starters for Rockford Boylan in the game at this time. Sackmaster baseline, trying to work his way for a shot, couldn't find it. Now got it back from DeMario.
I think at this point by Gorge is a wise move to use your bench a little bit because you're playing a lot of ball games, and you win this, you have to come right back tonight with a nice move.
Sackmaster built it back to an 8-point lead.
Sackmaster had the blitz on that time.
You got to make him a defensive end.
You got to. Sackmaster, you got a name like that. You've got to.
And once again, Boylan, a quality football team as well. Nice pass on the baseline. Jason Pasley has 6 points here in the opening half.
Excellent back door. And once again, if you got an aggressive defense, you have a little savvy, you can take advantage of aggressive defense. And back door was definitely it.
5-second call, the turnover on Dan DeMario. Let's look at the first quarter stats between these two clubs. And the shooting, little less than 50% for Boylan, little less than 50% for Aurora, and Zachary leading all scorers in the game with 9.
And Aurora just took 4 fewer shots, and that's why the score was as it was.
2014, West Aurora trying to get into the lead, and that one was blocked out of bounds by Joe Tully.
Good reaction in that because he could have had another back door by way of using the ball, and he gets a break, but
Nicholas Zachary comes in for Joe Tully.
Good substitution pattern right now, once again, because when you play these many games, as these young kids are playing, and have to in their approach to win the championship, it's good to use your bench.
Good adjustment by Greg Miller, but he didn't get the finish. Now Boylan pushing up the floor. Zachary has it, and he was double teamed all the way down the floor. Shot it anyway, couldn't hit. Long rebound came out to Travis Williams. Williams up the floor quickly.
Oh, he had a man open.
And Dan DeMario tied up on the floor. We'll get dual possession called. And Steve Gores doesn't like the call, but Boylan is going to get the ball anyway.
I tell you what, ought to be lucky because most of the time along this level in high school, you call steps.
Right.
Any type of fall on the floor, rolling, moving, they usually call that.
You get a look at Gordon Kirkman, the coach at West Aurora. The Chicago Tribune is the official newspaper of the IHSA State Championships, so pick up the Chicago Tribune for complete coverage of Illinois high school sports. Dan DeMario into the lane, kicks it into the corner. Sackmaster, eyes, fires, couldn't hit. And now West Aurora with a chance to run the break. Here comes Pasley.
Jason Pasley.
8 points in the game.
And West Aurora's on a roll. They got the positive mode right now, playing the defense, running the break.
And they're down by 4, Norm.
They cut it to 20-16. I tell you, normally it's just the style. I would say the last 2 possessions, bad shots, but on the part of Boylan, but that's their style. They take the bomb, they run the court, and they don't hesitate to put it up.
And now Aurora extending the defense a little bit. Sackmaster goes down the lane, but he traveled.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Man, well, I got to see that. I didn't see travel, but I was wondering about the continuation. I don't know. That's just normal 1.5. I mean, it's not the pros 15 steps, but
it's not Patrick Ewing.
No, you know. Oh, well, I felt that was a good, not a good call. I thought he just went through, got tapped, and went up for a layup.
Roy's got to learn to take about 4 more steps, and then he's ready for it.
Then you're ready for it. Yeah, a little hop, skip, and a jump in between, too. Anyway, get on with the action. Got to let it go. Just play the defense. And right now, the momentum is in West Aurora's favor.
West Aurora trailing by 4 at the moment on the baseline. And boy, there was all sorts of people there. Hobson got the block shot and then committed the foul. That's his first.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're aggressive, you had the shot before, he went up under the hoop. Good block. Then you're going after the basketball. And he got the, what we call in the loose ball foul, a foul away from possession.
4:41 remaining in the second quarter. Boylan's lead has been shaved down by a couple since our last break. Boylan has really had the better part of the action, but West Aurora in the middle of putting a run together. They've got it down to a 4-point lead right now. And Hobson had committed a foul, so West Aurora has possession of the ball as well.
And my scouting report of what I've seen from yesterday's game with West Aurora to this game, I see a different, more aggressive basketball team that's also shooting that jump shot, a little more upbeat type of approach today.
Joe Tully is back.
Don't forget Peoria, Manual, and Thornton coming up when we are done with this game. And the crowd ever so slowly starting to fill in with the Thornton fans wearing the purple. Out to the top of the key, Miller. He gives it up for Williams.
And as this game goes on, West Aurora is gaining more confidence in their offensive play. They're moving the ball, they're patterning and taking shots. And not one or two guys, everyone.
Williams hit the front of the rim. What a great rebound by Hobson.
Yeah, fade back, got the ball, bringing it up himself.
That thing came at him about 90 miles an hour, and he made a great catch. Hobson looks inside. That pass was just flat picked off by Miller.
Little lazy on the pass, not aggressive, and that's what I'm saying about this team. Boylan today, they're not as near as aggressive in their approach. They're playing this game as they were yesterday. But that's an indication right there with that pass.
You'll notice that time when Newsom came out high, Krupalia came right with him, and they were a good 20 feet away from the basket.
They're doing it in spurts, individual. As a team, they're not doing it. Everybody was challenged yesterday.
Newsom hits. It's a 2-point game.
I mean, you had all 5 cylinders working yesterday in this team. I mean, on both offense and defense, they were moving and grooving.
Newsom drives and makes it a 4-point advantage once again.
That's the most aggressive play we've seen by Boylan, in my opinion, to date, to this point, with 3:28 in the second quarter here.
22-18. 3:24 remaining in the half. Newsom, nice bounce pass. Williams, and the catch wasn't there. It's a turnover on West Aurora.
And good thing, this is about the 3rd or 4th back door. And I'm telling you, when you do play aggressive, West Aurora is taking complete advantage of that. And that play alone is an indication in the scouting report that Coach Kirkman has had this team ready for that aggressive play, and they're running a lot of back doors.
You saw Dustin Burrell and Vincent Green check back into the game for West Aurora. This is Hobson with the ball. Krupalia tossed it back out. Zachary drives, hangs, didn't get the bucket, but he did get fouled.
Shooting foul.
Not a real aggressive foul, but nonetheless a foul going to the hoop. And he created something for himself right here. You see right here, little hesitation. Here I go, let me lean in. And he got him on the arm. That's the only reason it was called, because the act of shooting, you just can't hit one's arm when you're shooting the basketball.
Second foul on Vincent Green. And we get a good look at Nicholas Zachary on the foul line. Knocking in the free throw. He's 3 of 3 from the line today. Had 37 points twice this season. Once against Rockford Jefferson, the other time against Peoria Richwoods. Missed the second free throw.
Well, he banged the first one in. It wasn't really smooth. He kind of rattled and got in there. But that one, last one, was a basic brick action.
5-point lead for Boylan. And really, Norm, I don't think we've seen West Aurora get into any kind of offensive rhythm yet.
Well, they're doing a perimeter game. They're getting some shots and a couple back doors. So I mean, they're not afraid to take it right now.
Three-pointer didn't go. The rebound battled for, and our man Joe Tully surrounded by 3 red shirts and came out of the pile with
He has great hands. He has great hands.
And he's a sophomore, too. 3 on the way. Long 3. That one off the back of the iron. Krupalia had the rebound, but he was hacked as he went up for the shot.
And I'm telling you, Krupalia's having a good basketball game, and I think you ought to go back to that theory of feeding that ball into him, because it was successful very first, and that could be hurting Vincent Green as 3rd personal foul. That could hurt him a little bit, West Aurora, but at the same time, the offense of Boylan. Hey, I'd go back to Krupalia, because he was just on a roll, and there was some good feet inside game, and that is why Vincent Green has 3 fouls.
And he had it flat stripped away. Zachary did. And that's going to be a foul on Joe Tully.
Little aggressive, going for it. They want to block and challenge everything, and that's what you have to do to respond to that.
foul zone. Joe Tully is first.
So that will give Travis Williams an opportunity from the free throw line, a 66% free throw shooter.
Pasley shoots 2.
Check that. Pasley's going to be on the foul line. Had 32 points in the sectional final against Batavia.
Home of Dan Issel.
Yes, that's right. Dan Issel never played in this tournament. I was surprised at that. They have a listing the IHSA does of athletes who played in this tournament that went on to be prominent in other sports, not just basketball, but baseball and other sports as well. And Dan Issel's name was not on there. He never got to this tournament when he was playing at Batavia, which I found somewhat surprising.
Well, that happens at times when you usually got a great athlete and all-pro, and someone should definitely be on the greatest 50 ball players that's played a game, and his name was not on there, which I find ridiculous. But
replacing Burrell.
The one that caught my eye was D.A. Wybring, the pro golfer, played in this tournament, played for Quincy.
Oh. Of course, you would catch that golf.
And we should mention, too, that Tom Dorr played in this tournament and had a double-figure game. And he got in the super sectional. Of course, he pointed out during his game that he never got downstate. They lost in the super sectionals and never quite got downstate.
Well, I tell you, those memories from high school, you never, ever forget them. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever. You just don't forget those infant years of teenage growing up.
We'll tell you again that Tom was probably a better pitcher than a basketball player. He's a 7'2" guy throwing heat at your head.
Can you imagine that?
Breaking off a curveball that breaks about 20 feet. Ball out of bounds. It will stay in possession of West Aurora.
A little disagreement on that particular play. Look at this. Definitely a bad call. Went off West Aurora. Sorry. The one they missed on this one, but they haven't missed many. They've been calling a good game.
Krupalia goes out. Brandon Parker came in. West Aurora down by 4. Baseline jumper. That's good. Andre Newsom with 10 points in the game.
I think, in my opinion, in this, Steve Gore should be somewhat concerned to me about their approach to this game. And West Aurora is just picking up more momentum as it goes on.
2-point game. Boylan has the lead and the ball. Zachary put it into the corner. Jumper by Hobson. That was way off. And as we said charitably a few times in this tournament, he should get an assist for that one. It was a pass that led directly to a basket.
That was good. That was a pass. By way of over the rim and 4 feet with air ball express behind.
Back to a 4-point lead.
But you ask him, he had an assist.
Oh, yeah. Led directly to a basket. That's the definition of an assist. Jumper from the corner lane by Newsom. That wouldn't go, and Brandon Parker just took that rebound away from Pasley, and then the ball was kicked, so it will stay in possession of the Boylan Titans.
And those little things like this, because I'm watching a Boylan team that would get a rebound like that and have it out, and the horses are gone. They're running. They're not doing that. They're steps slow. They're steps slow in their thinking. They're steps slow in their reaction on the physical aspect. And that could be a danger point for this team because they rely so much on those ingredients that I talked about. Getting it down the court, moving, giving the edge, taking advantage of the rebound.
You know what I'm amazed at is Krupalia's ball handling abilities for such a tall man. And so many times you see that from players that come out of the former Yugoslavia is the guys that are 6'6" and 6'7" handle the ball very well.
Because they believe in fundamentals. Most of these guys are mechanically inclined in their approach to the basketball game. You know, the step, the jump shot, the perfect shot. Sometimes you just play the playground athletic skilled game and you leave those fundamentals alone. That's why the European players are like that. But then again, a lot of them are very slow compared to American type ball.
4-point lead. Krupalia used his dribble and then turned it over. 12 seconds remaining in the quarter.
There's an example right there. That athletically could have got out of that situation, but he was mechanically all the way.
Williams for 3. That was off the front of the rim. Rebound, Pasley, put back. That wouldn't go. Batted around. Krupalia can't get the shot off before the buzzer sounds. Boylan still holds the lead, but you have to say that West Aurora holds the momentum in this one after the first 16 minutes of the game. 25-21 is our score at the half. Let's go to Yvonne Simmons.
Coach, you guys started out slowly again, but the momentum has definitely swung to your favor.
I don't feel it yet. We're not doing a very good job defensively, and we're not doing a very good job on our defensive boards. I think we've given them a couple baskets off missed shots down here, and our defensive intensity has really not been what it should be.
Do you feel that they're as intense as you thought they would be today?
Yeah, I figured they'd be intense. They're a very good ball club. We knew they'd come after us.
Okay, good luck second half. Jim, back to you.
Thank you, Yvonne. 25-21, Boylan leading West Aurora at the half.
Defeated Tennessee Chattanooga by 6 points.
We'll be back with more after this. Boylan leading by 4 at the half. Let's go to Yvonne Simmons. She's with Boylan coach Steve Gores.
Coach, in the huddle a couple times you talked about putting more pressure on the basketball. Are you concerned with them defensively?
Definitely, we want to put more pressure in the backcourt than we have, and pick up the tempo a little bit, and be playing the balls at our feet instead of our heels, and then naturally take the ball inside with the mirror, because I think he's not getting enough touches himself offensively.
Offensive adjustments?
We're going to go inside a little bit more and try to hit the mirror and try to open it up in there. They have one man with 3 fouls already, and we think we could take him inside.
Okay, thank you. Good luck second half. Jim?
Just as Norm Van Leer suggested, it's amazing how great minds think alike. Newson and Zachary with 10 points each in the opening half. And we mentioned that Krupalia had some good catches and inside points early, and then that was shut off in the second quarter. And that's where Steve Gores wants to go in the second half.
Jim, I don't know if it was cut off as much as they didn't look for it. I mean, the guy was open and started going with those bombs, and being 1 from 8 from the three-point land is just not going to get it when you got a guy inside scoring just about at will and getting people in foul trouble. I mean, there's one reason you got a couple guys over there with 3 fouls, so you got to honor that and go with it.
One more half to go, at least.
I'm more concerned than anything with Coach Gores, in my opinion, is the fact that the defense is not out there pressing all the way.
Williams opens up the scoring in the second half and makes it a 2-point game.
And right now, if I had to lean toward any team with momentum and just where they're going right now, I got to go with West Aurora.
Here's Krupalia, first touch of the second half, couldn't get the shot, had it taken away by Greg Miller. Here's a chance to tie for West Aurora.
Just who's the aggressive team right now? West Aurora. Who's going to the bucket right now? West Aurora. Who's making things happen right now? West Aurora.
And who just tied up the game? West Aurora, 25-25.
And they started this from the beginning. You can't just turn it on and turn it off in the world of sports. You got to have
a three-pointer.
Some type of rhythm and consistency, whether it's working or not, but be consistent in your approach.
Boylan up by 3 now. Both teams have come out here smoking in the second half.
Well, West Aurora is a completely different team. They start bombing those outside shots. So
Vincent Green, 3 fouls, put up the shot, it wouldn't go. The rebound is cleaned up by Williams. He had no points in the opening half. He's got 4 already. Beautiful look inside. Favre with the finish.
Well,
boy, have things picked up here, Norm?
Yes. I mean, there's been a little adjustment change, especially offensively for Boylan. But still, that defense is just not there.
Pasley answers on the other end.
They're scoring at will, and they're scoring all inside.
1-point lead for Boylan. Tully got the catch. Pasley got the foul. That's his second.
Of course, you know, Boylan would exchange, you know, bucket for bucket if you allow them to get up and down the court, if that's how you're going to do it, but not layups after layups. I mean, they love to get down and up and down the court. You shoot, I shoot, let's run and go. But when you're talking about layups, it's an entirely different game.
Danny DeMario goes into the lineup.
And what I mean by that, usually if I'm making you shoot jump shot for jump shot, if you don't hit as many of those as you do layups.
Hobson looking for somewhere to go. Krupalia open, gives it back. Newsom 3 on the way. That one hits the front of the rim. Rebound and a stick back by Barber. That wouldn't go. Pasley came away with the rebound. Blackhawks running. They can take the lead with a bucket, and they do.
Beautiful pass on that fast break. Just a good old-fashioned fast break. Good old bounce pass in the middle.
West Aurora leads by 1, 31-30. Trap in the corner. DeMario was able to get out of it. Newsom trying to go one-on-one with Pasley. The last 2 minutes, it's been a 10-5 run for West Aurora. Tully avoided a big collision, got the pass to Varver. That one was halfway down and it rolled out. Krupalia with the finish. He got fouled after the bucket went down.
And once again, it's one of those macho type fouls. And it's a good call. It's a good call, a little over-aggressive.
Fourth foul on Vincent Green.
And definitely a macho-type attitude.
That play, Norm, was what Steve Gore's talked about Yvonne moments ago in a nutshell. They pinned a foul on Green. They got the ball inside of Krapalia. Granted, it was on a rebound, but that was it right there.
Well, that's still, even the hard slap going out. I don't want to, this is kids playing. I don't want to get down to that point. But hey, put away the macho and play the game of basketball, because that's certainly, and you're hurting your team. Look at how you put it. That was strictly, I want to show you how strong I am, a little over-aggressive. Do it within the framework of the game. You have to show me the flex of your muscles and what's going on. And that hurts the team. You can't afford to do that.
Krapalia 2 of 2 from the line in the game. Boylan leads it by a pair, 33-31.
Playing so well, you got momentum in your way. You're going up and down the court. You're doing your thing. And then you come off with that. And then, you know, it's no nonsense situation. It just doesn't make sense. Now the team is going to strap it on, pull up the pants, and pull together. One of your big stars, once again, is on the bench.
Miller, nice look on the baseline. And a beautiful finish by Pasley. He's got 13 in the game. We're tied at 33.
And I'm telling you, Boylan's given entirely too many layups on a half-court set as far as defense is going. And that's what George has to be somewhat concerned with this basketball team.
Miller all over Newsom, but he got to the bucket anyway, but couldn't finish it off.
Nice rebound. Get it out your teammates. See the numbers. You got some numbers up here.
Miller picked up by Krapalia, goes up, that wouldn't go.
Good rebound, go up with it. All right.
Pasley, jumper, that one's no good. Tip by Miller, that wouldn't go. Krapalia kept it alive. And finally the finish by Andre Newsom.
I'm telling you, West Aurora is quite aggressive in their play right now.
West Aurora leads by 2, that's for the lead. That one wouldn't go. Krapalia got to the rebound. Wanted to put it up.
You better watch it.
Cross-court pass. Hobson. Finally, we'll get the foul call on Williams.
A little bit, but I tell you what, they let them bump because they're showing the rest of the Aurora showing that they're aggressive. They kind of letting it go a little bit on at least the initial play. That usually happens.
Williams, his first. Officials
got away with the first one, but the second one, they had to call it.
Timeout on the court.
The pace has picked up considerably in this one. West Aurora has scored 14 already here in the third quarter. Boylan has put 8 on the board. West Aurora leads by 2. Let's go to Yvonne Simmons. She's with one of Illinois high school basketball's all-time greats.
That's right, Jim. We found Kenny Battle in the stands. Kenny, you've certainly got a lot to say. You've earned down here in Champaign in '84. You guys finished third. What did you talk to the team about, if anything?
Well, I told them, you know, their destiny lies ahead of them. You know, if they come out and do everything they did from day one, you know, which is work hard, execute, and do all the little things, they can be playing tonight in the championship game. It's just that easy for them.
And you've certainly had a lot to say while they're playing the game. Any aspirations for coaching?
Oh, yes. One day I'll be coaching, hope maybe at the end of the year. But, you know, I have aspirations of being a coach because I love working with little young kids, you know.
And what's up for you next?
Well, I'm going to go back this summer and go to the, you know, the pro league up in Los Angeles and hopefully play up the summer league in Chicago if we have it this year. And try to get back into basketball. I've been out for 2 years, you know, with a knee injury, and very anxious to get back into playing.
Okay, Jim. It's great for the alumni to come back and support their teams.
Also 23.
And the foul on Travis Williams, his second personal foul. Still 35-33. West Aurora leading by a pair. But now Zachary will go to the foul line with a chance to tie the game. He's a 77% free throw shooter on the season.
More importantly, Jim, he better get on one of those streaks of offensive scoring, because this is slowly slipping away from West Aurora. Boylan to West Aurora by way of the aggressive play and making things happen.
Zachary hits 1 out of 2. West Aurora's lead is 1. They have the ball.
Look at that.
What a beautiful look to Newsom.
And that's about the 4th back door away from the ball situation that West Aurora's run.
I almost hurt my neck looking up to see that pass. Barbara couldn't finish.
Good hustle. See, that hustling brings out those little things like that.
Miller, bounce pass.
Charge.
And long before the ball was passed, we get a charge. Foul will be on Miller. That's his second personal foul.
That could be a play to turn this team around, because that was a nice fast break. Could have gone up at least 5 points on this one, that being West Aurora. It was a beautifully run, fast break. You just got to be in a little more control, watching for those charges.
5th team foul in West Aurora. There are no fouls that have been called on Boylan in this quarter.
Like Walt Frazier say, got to watch out for the flop, as Jerry Sloan and Norm Van Leer did his best. Good hustle.
Saved by Krapalia. Tully jumper, that one wouldn't go. Loose ball, Vavra lets it go out of bounds, and it goes to West Aurora.
And that's just the whole situation is my way of thinking and your way of thinking, but I'm not thinking in a way of positive today. Let the ball go, could have saved it, but guess whose ball it is? West Aurora. That's a big difference from yesterday's game today. The positive mode that Boylan was in. And also the big contrast as far as I can see in Western Aurora. I looked at this team and didn't think they have a chance to beat Boylan after watching them yesterday.
West Aurora leading by 3. They have the ball.
And
Time for them to be a little patient.
Well, sometimes you get a little tired. You save the offense to rest it about a minute or two, and then you get right back in the swing of things. You don't, I repeat, you don't rest on defense.
Nice pass to Pasley, and he puts
Another
it
back
away.
door. It's about the 6th back door we've seen. When you know this team was prepared for the aggressive play of defensive approach by Boylan, and I tell you, West Aurora's used it.
Pasley now on his average of 15 points a game and a steal. Up the floor, Williams. Krupalia chasing from behind. He won't get there, but Williams didn't hit the shot. Krupalia moves it up the floor. Look at the big man dribble the basketball. Goes down the lane. Oh, my goodness.
And I want to be honest with you. I think Krupalia is the only one really playing organized, good, smart basketball for Boylan. Not to say the guy's not hustling and doing their thing, but he's just playing a smart game. He's doing what's necessary.
West Aurora with the ball. They lead by 3. Jumper from the free throw line by Williams. That didn't go. Newsom got the rebound. Turn. Krupalia with the block, and then he got the basketball. This guy has really turned it up in the last 2 minutes, Norm.
See that? I would have slowed it down and said, let me get the ball to the big fella. Right now, I think he needs a break. Give him a 30-second, 1-minute break, because, believe me, he's carrying the show. And without the block shots, the defense, and the hustling, Boylan will be blown out right now. And also coupled with the fact that West Aurora has blown 2 or 3 fast break opportunities.
This is Danny Ainge in the tournament. Whatever comparison you want to make, Bobby Orr used to do this in hockey.
That's Tony Kukoc right there, man. Only right-handed. That's exactly what Tony. That's Tony's game right there.
It's got Tony's build, too, doesn't it?
No doubt about it. Tell you what, Boylan may just hang around. Because some of the mistakes and aggressive play that West Aurora's brought to them could easily be a 10-point game in West Aurora's favor right now.
Here's the difference in the game, Norm. West Aurora has turned it over once.
Well, that's the key.
That's flat amazing.
That's always a key.
Three-pointer, that one wouldn't go. And the rebound comes down to Sackmaster. He had it taken away by Miller. Miller went to the baseline, and he was fouled.
Now, here's the way the game goes, Jim. You get a rebound, Boylan, and you turn around, you lose it, and then the personal foul against you. That is the nature of the way this game is going right now.
Sackmaster is actually the player who gets the ticket. Still a 3-point lead for West Aurora. 1:06 remaining third quarter. Williams was open, didn't take the jumper, goes down the lane, and Krupalia with the rebound. He's had 3 rebounds. He's had 2 points in the last 3 trips. Great pass and a great catch. Turn and fire. Zachary puts it in. It's a 1-point game.
I'm telling you who's taking over. Krupalia's taking over. Zachary got the 2 points, but Krupalia's taking over. Gets the rebound, runs a fast break, throw the pass so Zachary can do his thing one-on-one. Now, if they can pick it up defensively and get back in the groove what they're known for, they can turn the game around.
The Boylan fans are going absolutely nuts. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Greg Miller with the basketball. Miller got open. Pass to the corner of the lane. Newsom used up his dribble, and he was fouled.
33. Didn't have to do it. You had him trapped. But you get over-aggressive.
Sackmaster second.
Look at this fast break, Jim. Big fella brings it up. Nice pass.
Right on the money, too.
And this good fake. Brought it up. But he made all it happen. He had the defense, the rebound, and the pass to Zachary to get it going. 22.2 seconds left in this third period.
It's Travis Williams.
And for Boylan, this is a low-scoring game.
Checking in.
At this point.
Knocked out of bounds by Brandon Parker. The ball will stay in possession of West Aurora. Pasley with the basketball. 20 seconds left.
Should wait for one shot. Don't get excited.
West Aurora leading by 1.
I like to see him get it down to about 5 seconds before you make a move. That way you don't get a shot, and if I don't get anything, that's fine.
Both Hobson and Miller looking over at the official. 4 seconds left. Pasley will have to take it. Drew iron, but didn't get the bucket. 3 quarters in the books in our opening semifinal game. West Aurora leading Boylan 39-38.
You're taking a look at Damir Krupalia's family. CNN was looking for some programs to send some young athletes over here to the States from their war-torn country. They got hold of the Rockford Rotary Club. Damir's cousin was already here. He sent for Damir. He's been here since September of '95. Krupalia's family said they were lucky enough to get a green card. They've been reunited as a family for 6 months now.
Beautiful.
And for all the problems and the complaints we have about the way things go in this country, there's an example of it's pretty darn good here compared to some other places in the world.
I'm like Louis Tion told me once, and I worked with him out at Northeastern University that studies Sports Society. I've been all over the world, and I don't care how many problems basically you have here that we need to clean up. This is the only country I want to be.
Krupalia on the free throw line.
Get the bullshit opinion. If you get your smarts together and intelligence, you already get numbers and do something about it in a positive way if you need to.
Krupalia 14 in the game, and you talk about a country that used to be basketball mad. Yugoslavia was unbelievable. A lot of people forget that in the early 80s, it was Yugoslavia that became the basketball power in the world, not the at least Olympic play.
Oh, yeah.
Before the pros started going. It wasn't the U.S. or the Soviet Union even. 39 for West Aurora, but 40 now for Boylan. They lead it by 1 after the 2 free throws by Krupalia.
Boylan's pretty lucky to be hanging around at this point, I'm telling you, in their play.
Jumper on the way by Williams, that's good. And a 1-point lead for West Aurora, and they get a turnover, they'll get the ball back.
And I'll tell you what, as the game mounts, as the fourth quarter is sinking in to the 7-minute mark, you will amplify every mistake down the stretch run by both teams. This is where it gets critical.
That was only 2 turnovers in the game by West Aurora. That turnover we just saw was the 13th, and then that turnover right there would make it 3 now for West Aurora.
And you're very lucky. Parker let his man just get in there and get a shot off, and he missed it. But just defensively, just things like that.
Boylan looking to get the lead back. Krupalia inside turns, and he was fouled by Pasley.
And passing the ball.
3rd foul on Pasley.
But that's where I'd go. I'll make things happen. And maybe I'd put Zachary on the other side as far as some outside threats to lean and get people away from him, because that's what he was trying to do. As you see the foul, he turned into 3 people. So someone's got to be on the perimeter. And I'm not so sure Zachary shouldn't move in and not just take 3-point bomb somewhere, get in the area where he can just get a decent shot, an outside shot.
And if you were with us yesterday, we pointed out about Krupalia that one of the more confounding things we've learned about any of the young men here in this basketball tournament is that he is a fan of the LA Clippers.
Oh boy. And I tell you another thing that's on a serious note about this free throw. Hey, West Aurora's in the penalty. I mean, everything is 2 shots for Boylan now.
Boylan back in the league. Krupalia a perfect 6 of 6 from the foul line. 42-41 Titans.
Good man-to-man by Boylan. Not that pressing, stinging defense that they normally play that generates the run game for them.
I wonder if Krupalia's got a Lloyd Vaught autographed jersey in his basement.
Probably an old Ron Harper.
Maybe Elvin Hayes back from the San Diego Clipper days.
Oh,
I didn't know he played for the San Diego Rockets.
San Diego Rockets moved to Houston.
To Houston, right. West Aurora being patient. They're down by 1. Jumper on the way by Pasley. That wouldn't go. Rebound for a moment was in the hands of Brandon Parker, but he couldn't hang on.
I'm telling you, that's what's going on for West Aurora right now. They got the hands, the speed, the quick, the thinking power game. Everything's happening in their favor.
Williams jumper, that's good.
And here's
1-point lead for West Aurora.
It's a 4-point turnaround, or possibly 5 when you get down to it. Because you had the ball, you lost the ball, you give it back, and boom, you got a jump shot. And I tell you, West Aurora, let's put some positive in their game.
Another turnover on Rockford Boylan.
And you will not win like that. And they're lucky. I will repeat, they're very lucky to be hanging around with a 1-point deficit right now. Very lucky.
But West Aurora a chance to add to it, and the foul is going to be called in the front court. Zachary gets the foul.
Fouls on Zachary,
His second personal foul. That is just team foul number 3 on Rockford Boylan. So still one more to go.
I just tell you the mode of what Rockford's in, Boylan's in right now, excuse me, is just see Parker just kind of head down, walking back to the bench. Did a little hustle over just to show some confidence that, hey, we're going to win this game. There's some doubt.
Tully ran into Krupalia, and that let Pasley get free.
Another inside layup in the paint.
3-point lead for West Aurora. 5:20 remaining in the fourth quarter.
The defense is not totally concentrating on what they have to do for Boylan.
Williams picks up a foul. That's his third personal.
And West Aurora is taking complete advantage of it because they're moving without the ball. And watch this play right here. They're just moving without the ball. Here's patience. Down low, up strong. There you go.
Zachary on the foul line. He's 4 of 6 from the stripe today.
They're losing their men too many times, too often. They're losing their men for layups.
Missed the free throw. Still a 3-point lead for West Aurora.
Missed free throw by Zachary, and also a lack of confidence right now. Just to see it in his face.
Newsom got it to Williams. And now Miller, and Miller was picked up by Hobson. The foul is going to be on Hobson. That's his second.
And when they are aggressive, it's just not very smart thinking on how you approach that. Usually go out with your feet squared up. Rushing out right there, not in control, will result in fouls.
5:02 remaining fourth quarter.
All it would take, Jim, is a good hard play, a steal, and maybe a jump shot for Boylan to go that way. But West Aurora have to withstand that and continue to run their game as if they're what they're doing now, because they're running a beautiful game right now.
They have taken care of the ball very well in this game. Only 3 turnovers in the entire game for West Aurora.
And the 3 turnovers they've had have not hurt them to the point of we're off and running.
But you cannot turn it over against this Rockford Boylan team.
Like that.
Looked like the Globetrotters there. They turned it over.
Got away with a walk.
Zachary will go to the line and shoot. Miller picks up the foul.
And they got a personal, what do you call that? A technical type foul or 2 shots, fragrant foul?
Intentional foul on 45.
2 shots.
Miller.
Intentional foul. Of course it was intentional. He went after him.
Yeah. So that's the key thing, is the fact that you get possession as well.
Yeah, that's the key. That's what goes along with the intentional foul. You know, because he definitely was going after a foul. Yeah.
First free throw is good. So Zachary now to get his team to within 1, and that one won't go.
No confidence. He has no confidence right now.
Team will get the ball.
Hey,
4.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. West Aurora leads it by a pair. They'll have the ball when we come out of this timeout. West Aurora leading 45-43 with Boylan will have the basketball. You know, Norm, sometimes you get bombarded with stats, and we'll pick that up in a second. But we want to remind everybody, stay tuned, because coming up is what a lot of people feel is the game of the year, the semifinal game between Peoria Manual and the Thornton Wildcats. Dave Kaplan and Tom Dorr will slide in here to call the game. That's coming up next. And the mayor of Peoria certainly doesn't have to be unbiased in his hometown, right? But anyway, we talk sometimes stats, you get them and they show you a lot, and sometimes they don't. Here's one that doesn't show you a whole lot, but I think it's kind of humorous. Bench scoring in this game: Rockford Boylan 2 points, West Aurora 2 points.
Well, not by way of scoring anyway.
Timeout called by Hobson.
I'm telling you, Coach Gorge, I've got to be concerned with this approach that this team is having right now. I've got to be. That was a very nonchalant way of taking the ball out of bounds, and that is going to hurt you down the stretch run if you don't get more aggressive and positive in your approach here.
Yvonne, what do you have for us?
Hey, Norm, you're exactly right. In the huddle just before this timeout that they took, Coach Gorge started out calm, but then he got really mad. He talked about their intensity. He has, guys, you got 4 minutes and 30 seconds for the championship. You got to be more intense. You got to be stronger. We're in double bonus. Take the ball to them.
Well, it's a good point, because I'm seeing a different team than I've seen yesterday, and their whole makeup is aggressive play and something they've been consistent of over the years. We make it happen. We run up and down the court, and when you do that, positive things happen. Right now, West Aurora is a team that really put the check mark beside their team, because they're the ones taking this game to Boylan.
And Gordon Kirkman obviously has a better idea, as he diagrams in the West Aurora huddle. As I mentioned earlier, he's a retired teacher. He used to teach PE and social studies. He retired but still coaches, and he runs a courier service out there in the western suburbs. Yeah.
Like, and if I want something done and package delivered,
Gordon Kirkman is the man to call.
get it to me.
Steve Gore's his 11th attempt at getting to the championship game.
Could use that guy in certain areas of Chicago, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we won't get into that one.
Take some pride in your work. I'm sorry. Got to do it.
Hobson to inbound. Krupalia had it tipped away. Ball loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Byron Thompson.
And all you have to do in this game is say there's a loose ball, and 90% of the time, just say West Aurora has, okay? Because that's the way they're playing right now.
They lead by 2. They have the ball.
And that's a compliment, people. That's a compliment on what West Aurora is doing right now.
The winner gets a shot at the winner of Manual and Thornton. The loser will go to the third place game, which will start off the evening session tonight. Drive to the bucket, pull up by Williams, and boy, did he get a good roll there.
He had a nice touch because he took it in a positive way to that hoop. He said, I'm going to score. I'm going to score.
Three-pointer on the way. That one rattles off the front of the rim. Greg Miller goes down the floor. Williams has Barber to beat. He gave it up, and Newsom got the finish.
He made that play. He waited for the approach of the defensive ball player had been there, and he made the play.
West Aurora by 9. Krupalia baseline, had it knocked away for a moment, gets rid of it.
Don't
Hobson.
panic. You got plenty of time. Don't panic.
His team down by 6, forced the shot a bit. Krupalia, what a great job of keeping it alive. And now we get dual possession. The arrow favoring West Aurora, and everything is going the Blackhawks' way. Something I have not been able to say much this year.
Well, I tell you what, the reason it's going their way, now it's not an accident. Here's the play right here. Up, back, boom. Palia after it again. Jump ball. And this is one time I like the fact that the arrow went to West Aurora's way because the defense got rewarded for playing good defense. And at the same time, this is definitely not an accident that everything's going West Aurora's way because they are clearly out-hustling Boylan. They're just clearly out-hustling this team. Look at this. How could you do this in a set play?
Pasley.
How can you do that and let this happen?
Pasley has 19, and the Blackhawk fans are on their feet.
3 minutes coming down, Jim. This is crucial now.
An 8-0 run over the last couple of minutes for West Aurora. They've used it to build up an 8-point lead.
Well, they feel it now. As long as they stay under control. With that defense making you work for it, they're taking off more time than if I had the ball myself.
Norm, the last 2 trips down the floor, I think Boylan has made mistakes. They fired a 3, and they had Hobson go to the hoop out of control. That time he got the bucket, or got the foul, but didn't get the bucket.
Hey, just take your time, clear it out on one side, and go to your big man. And then you play the 2-man game. You want a triple-double team, he'll kick it back out. He has that enough savvy. But you do all this, you're not coming away with points, you're not running. The bottom line is not their offense as much as their defense. You see this little spin move, go to the hoop, let me lean, let me get in there, let me get tapped. But the key is make your free throws.
4th foul on Greg Miller.
And then as far as the approach of this game, it will honestly be a shame if West Aurora does not win this basketball game. Not the way they played it today.
Hobson makes 1 out of 2. The margin right now, 51-44. Ryan Sackmaster back into the game. The reason why, he is the 2nd most prolific 3-point shooter for Rockford Boylan.
Well, they better get some defense.
DeMario picks up the foul. And that is team foul number 5 on Boylan. West Aurora in free throw shooting. Green is the best free throw shooter, but he's sitting on the bench right now with 4 personal fouls. West Aurora brings it to the front court. I think Greg Miller has been outstanding in this game today, Norm.
Oh, no doubt.
Beautiful look on the baseline. Newsom got absolutely hammered as he put it up. And now he'll get a chance to go to the foul line.
Tell you what, they've done a great deal of this ball playing without Vincent Green in there because of foul trouble. And you see the replay on this. Once again, good pass. Now that's a beautiful pass. Vincent, nice pass. Then the hammer Hank against Newsom.
Well, Andre Newsom giving Boylan a little bit of life.
You've got to hit these if you want to can everything. This just puts it Another nail in the on the lid if you make your free throws, buddy.
Newsom missed both free throws. Big possession coming here for Rockford Boylan.
Yeah,
2.5 minutes left.
There's something here. They've just taken the nail out of that lid. Give them an opportunity to get the score without adding on to it.
Newsom trying to break his man down. Now Sackmaster, top of the key. Here comes the three. It's good.
Good offensive move. I'm not so sure shouldn't use some timeouts.
4-point lead, 2 minutes remaining.
Ooh, almost got away with a step there, but take it back out. You got time. Have patience.
2 minutes of regulation.
Foul will be called on Brandon Parker. Greg Miller goes to the line, a 62% free throw shooter who has yet to shoot from the stripe in this game.
It's not a bad foul. I mean, there's no shot clock, and you're going to hold it. You got to go out and do something. Take your chances.
West Aurora, at least the makeup of the team they have out there right now, is not an exceptional free throw shooting team. Most of the guys in the 60s.
I don't think you have a choice, regardless how well they shoot. You got to do something because you're going to hold the ball. There's no shot clock.
Yeah, you have to extend the game.
There you go. And then that will kill you every time.
Newsom with the putback.
That will kill you every time.
22 points in the game for Andre Newsom. It's a 6-point game.
There's still time for something to happen here, but
DeMario dropped it off. Krupalia puts it in.
From DeMario.
And Boylan's doing a lot of things with their bench. They're making some aggressive things and positive things happen with their bench people.
4-point lead for West Aurora. Boylan trying to commit a foul. Pasley was fouled by Dan DeMario. DeMario's second foul. Pasley's the second best free throw shooter for West Aurora. 69% in the season. He's 1 of 2 in the game.
And you better box out and get a rebound this time.
Pasley shoots 1 and 1.
I'm not so sure Craig Hobson should get down the court in case the ball is loose out in the perimeter down there, because Boylan needs everything they can get.
Pasley hits the first free throw. Don't forget that coming up next, the big one. Peoria Manual against Thornton. Being a little ahead of myself, Norm. AA semifinal game. Tom Dorr and Dave Kaplan will have the call. Pasley missed the second free throw. Newsom got the rebound, out of bounds. Last touch by Newsom. It's a 5-point lead for West Aurora.
Dodged a big-time bullet. Hey, Zachary, you know, I love kids. I like to see them do their thing. But Zachary just about didn't get into this game because he didn't run to that scores table. Zachary, that cool slide up there. You got to run up there and mean like you want to be in this game.
Zachary is the best three-point shooter for Boylan. Sackmaster just hit one, puts it in the corner. Hobson goes up, 3 on the way, good.
Ball game. It's a ball game.
All of a sudden, Boylan looks interested, Norm.
Yep.
It took them nearly the entire game.
Well,
Williams with the ball. Boylan down by 2.
And it'll almost be a shame if Western Aurora doesn't win this game, just in their approach alone. But this team's come back. Boylan's there. And not a bad foul. You got to go out.
Krupalia's second.
Got to go out.
Travis Williams.
Boylan foul on Krupalia.
Travis Williams is a meatloaf free throw shooter. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Here's a big-time shot right here. Crunch time. He didn't hesitate. Boom! In there. Now you got to pray and hope he missed this and rebound and come on down the court and do something. And on the other end, you want to win this game, Western Aurora, you make your free throws.
55.8 seconds remaining.
Keep yourself in the hunt. You make your free throws.
First one is good.
And most people say that is a perfect free throw right there. Hit the front lip, let it roll.
Kind of like one of your putts.
Personally, I like to have nothing but nets.
I like that click. This is a big one here. It's for a 4-point lead. No good. Krupalia tipped it out of bounds. Ball goes to West Aurora. Wow, was that a pregnant pause or what before that call came?
A little dramatics. Let me see. I can't see from this angle. He's up. I think it's a good call. I think he wiped it right out of the hands of the Western Aurora ball player.
Sackmaster couldn't commit the foul. 53.6 left. A 3-point lead for West Aurora.
Just get man-to-man. Stick with it. Don't double team. Stick with it. Don't chase the ball. That's how you foul. There you go.
Sackmaster commits the foul. He'll send Williams to the line.
Each man get a man and stick with him and then foul from that point. You double team, there's always someone open.
4th on Sackmaster.
Great game. Turned out to be an outstanding game from a tournament of intensity.
It took 30 minutes to get Boylan interested in this game.
That is why it would be a shame to see Western Aurora lose this game. And I'm very good friends with Gores. And I know his whole approach and what he believes in, and I really love the man. But when you get down to basic call in this game, it'll be a shame to see Western Aurora lose as hard as they play, the aggressive play that they've brought to the table, and their approach.
Pasley needed at least one. That's exactly what he got. It's a 4-point game.
But they still have a chance, that being Boylan.
Zachary lost the ball as he drove to the hoop. The arrow favors Boylan.
Favors Boylan. Boylan ball.
Titans have the ball.
Each team has
36 seconds remaining.
Well, you need a score here, no doubt. That's an understatement. You need a point, then some good D immediately.
Sackmaster is inbounding, so keep an eye on him.
Look for him in the corner.
Got it to Krupalia.
Got to do something with it.
Sackmaster calling for the ball. He's wide open for a three. Krupalia launches and hits. It's a one-point game. That's the first three-pointer he's hit all year.
And he hit it with authority, and he said, hey, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it. We got a ball game, and then you can afford to foul right here to make it a three-point game again, as long as you rebound on missed shots.
19 points in the game for Krupalia. He was 0 for 4 for the season from three-point land.
And let me tell you something, that's good defense. He hit that with some excellent D on it. There you see right here is Vincent Green. He's got the D.
Vincent Green playing with 4 fouls, remember, too, Norm.
But he still played that D. He was in and had to hand up and did what he had to do. But that was a big-time shot. Big-time shot. If he can that fired up approach and give it to the rest of his teammates, he might have a game for Boylan right now. But now they have to struggle just to make it to the championship game between Manuel and Thornton.
12-33.
Steve Gores has seen his team come to life in the last 2 minutes.
And if they can overcome this game with as many turnovers that they've had in this game, they can consider themselves somewhat lucky, and also on the coattails.
Yvonne's been hanging out by the West Aurora huddle. Yvonne?
When we get the basketball, make sure you keep the ball moving, keep it in Pasley's hands. Don't take chances on the long ball, layups only.
Two things that definitely happen in favor of Boylan right now: a turnover immediately, or if not, a foul and a missed free throws.
Notice anything about the crowd now, Norm? There's not an empty seat in this place.
Look around up in the first level there. You see all the standing room. This is amazing.
They're here to see the second semifinal, but they're getting a treat in this one.
You got a foul.
Well, they want the backcourt violation, but he wasn't established in the front court. That was the right call.
And you better foul somebody. Don't wait too long.
15 seconds remaining. Hobson saying, I want the foul, I want the foul.
Yet at the same time, you could have fouled 10 seconds ago. I don't understand that. You're going to maybe rely on maybe stealing the ball, coming up with it. Maybe that was the theory of that approach, but let 10 seconds go by.
Sackmaster's a three-point shooter. He'll come back in the game. Greg Miller is on the line, 0 for 1 in the game, 62% on the season.
And here's why I say that, Jim, because if you go up and miss a free throw and you happen to get your own rebound, being West Aurora, you've got less time to deal with by way of Boylan getting back in it.
Miller with a clutch free throw. He is on his way next year to play baseball at Texas A&M. He's a pitcher. And let me tell you something, folks. You get a scholarship as a pitcher to Texas A&M, you can hum it. Hits both free throws.
Well, if he has that much confidence in pitching like he did on that free throw line, he's going to be a great one. Because he hit that like there's just no conscience at all. I still would not understand why they let 10 seconds go off the clock without fouling.
Keep an eye on Sackmaster and Zachary. It's a three-point game, 12 seconds left. Krupalia's just hit a three as well.
Better get it to your teammates. Come and get it.
Zachary for three in the tie. That one wouldn't go. Knocked out of bounds. The ball will go to West Aurora with 2.2 left.
All right, I tell you.
Gores wants a timeout.
That was a tough one.
So, Norm, is this where they maybe try and get a charge on the inbounds play and try and get an offensive foul?
Timeout.
Tell you the truth, that foul before the ball's thrown in. Try not to, I don't know what your flagrant foul, whatever, something, because you go back to the play of Warsaw last week in Manly. Getting a foul with no ticks on the clock from a free throw. and they turned around and had a three-point opportunity, and Heisler hit that shot to tie it up. So something has to happen without the tip. Because, I mean, boom, it's in, and you're done right there. I'm not so sure if they're all bunched up down here pressing, then I wouldn't run the down-and-out pass and take my chances with the ball as long as there's touch being on the other end of the court for West Aurora. Because if nothing else, the bottom line is, only miracle shot you have if I don't score is to tie this game, and I'll look at that. Everyone's
Somebody's going long, Norm.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, if they're down here bunched, that's the way I would use it, and hopefully I can touch the ball at least to get the clock started. And whether I get it or not, it'll at least be on that end of the court. And when I say that end of the court, West Aurora's end of the court, and it will take a miracle shot for just to tie the game if indeed Boylan even gets that opportunity.
Our Wendy's player of the game is Jason Pasley. 21 points in the contest, but his team isn't out of the woods yet. Pasley gets the inbounds pass, and now he gets fouled. And 1.1 ran off the clock. Pasley is going to go to the foul line. He'll try and add to his 21-point total. 9 of 16 from the field for Pasley. He is our Wendy's player of the game.
And the bottom line, you hate to see get to this point in the game when you're playing for championships to see a team lose. But Western Aurora deserves this basketball game. They deserve to win this basketball game.
Pasley can win it by hitting this free throw.
You give me 32 minutes of hustle and playing, and you don't turn the ball over, you deserve to win. And I mean 32 minutes is what they've given you in Western Aurora.
And this one just to add to the total, and he does. Pasley hits 2 clutch free throws. Timeout called by Boylan. 1.1 remaining. They're down by 5. They need a miracle.
Well, unless you come up with a 5-point play, this game's over. And I haven't seen too many 5-point plays in my day. Not with 1.1 seconds.
Now, if you get fouled from the press table in the act of shooting, don't you get 4 free throws?
Maybe 4, but not 5.
It is an absolute packed house here in Carver Arena, and the folks are here to see the marquee matchup. These two teams have met in the state championship game the last 2 years. They're meeting in the semifinals this year. Peoria Manual against Thornton, that's coming up next. And this place is absolutely packed.
And it should be. This is great basketball. It's at its best.
And don't forget that coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, our March Madness special. At 6:30, our coverage begins of the third place game, and later on tonight, the championship game. And West Aurora is 1.1 away from getting into that game. Tully will take a 3 at the buzzer, drew iron, but not enough. As West Aurora advances into the championship game, they win it over Rockford Boylan. The final score, West Aurora 60, Rockford Boylan 55. So we'll see Rockford Boylan at 6:30 tonight in the third place game. And West Aurora, they will try and pull off the monumental upset tonight when they take on the winner of Thornton against Peoria Manual.
Good game, Jim. Excellent game.
Well, West Aurora just had enough to hold off Rockford Boylan, and for the Titans, they just never got in sync until the last couple of minutes of the game.
It's not like they didn't put forth the effort or they didn't come out and lay down. I don't want to ever approach that, but I just love when a team comes out from the day or minute the whistle blows and give you that effort all the way through, because you get this far, you've got to come out and play as hard as you possibly can.
Let's go to Yvonne Simmons.
Coach, the talk was that Boylan had the defensive pressure, but West Aurora had the patience on offense, the passing to get the job done and possibly win the game today, and you did that.
Well, we couldn't really let it get into an up-and-down game today. We felt we had to be very patient. I thought we were a little passive defensively the first half, and we didn't do as good a job boxing out as we should have, but I felt the kids picked up the defensive intensity the second half. We were able to maintain our poise and, you know, keep the tempo at the level we wanted to the second half.
The game that's going to happen next is between Manual and Thornton. Whoever wins that game, it's going to be a tough championship for you guys.
Well, there's no question about that. That is, you know, 1 and 2 in the nation. Boylan and I are enough. We're both going to have our hands full tonight, and I'm glad we're playing the second one instead of the first one.
Thank you. You're going to the championship. Have a great few hours to think about it, all right? Jim, back to you.
All right, and our Pepsi play of the game turned in by Damir Krupalia. This is beautiful. Pulls down the rebound on the defensive end, takes off up the floor. This guy's 6'7", people. Don't forget that. Look at the ball handling. He takes it coast to coast. That is our Pepsi play of the game. West Aurora is into the championship game. They win at 60-55 here in the semis over Rockford. Boylan will be back to wrap it up right after this.
Outlet to Kessa, head return on right wing with Brooks.
We interrupt this program for a special Blackhawks home ice update brought to you by the Discover Card. Hawks Capitals at the UC. Pat Foley with the call.
A long shot and a save. Rebound. Primo. He couldn't get control of it with Ranford down. Chelio sent it him on. He scores. Tony Amati with a bullet from the far circle off a great mattress pass from Chris Chelio. And the Hawks again have caught the Caps this time at 3.
West Aurora wins it over Rockford Boylan 60-55. And Norm, West Aurora has what they wanted coming into this tournament. They've got a shot at winning the state title. They'll be the underdog. Everybody will be talking about the winner of the next game, but West Aurora has a chance to win a championship tonight.
No doubt about it. All you have to do in life is give yourself a chance to do anything. And West Aurora has gained that situation for themselves. At the same time, I honestly thought, in viewing both of these teams, that Boylan would have a better chance in beating either of the two teams getting ready to play in this next game. But once again, attitude and approach and a difference of what I've seen yesterday in this West Aurora team and today. And they deserve to win this game today. It would have been a shame if they would have lost.
The three-point shootout is coming up in a few moments, but right now let's go back inside the March Madness experience. Here's Steve Cashel.
Jim Blaney, thank you very much. So West Aurora advances to the championship game. Their record improves, by the way, to 29-3. Rockford Boylan goes to the third place game, now 31-3. Both teams will have tough matches, but as Norm said, anything is possible. Coming up next, the three-point showdown. Stay with us here on Sports Channel.
Welcome back to the Shed Aquarium in Chicago. That was high school basketball. The Sports Channel